Welcome to BookTube with Simon. I hope you're all feeling positive and testing negative. Somehow I have managed to accumulate 50 subscribers, which is remarkable. I know that probably makes me one of the least subscribed BookTube channels on the planet, and to most BookTubers that is pathetic. The crisps at the bottom of the bag, the dregs at the bottom of the teacup, the title verso page before you get to the prologue. Hashtag bookbants. But to me, that is remarkable. I've done the maths, there is no way that I'm related to all of you, so at least some of you have watched the video, decided to stick around, either because you don't hate everything, or because you're enjoying me having a very long, slow mental breakdown. Either way, I really am so grateful for everybody that has subscribed and supported this channel. I started BookTube with Simon during what you and I call lockdown, what historians will call the first lockdown, as a way to try and cheer people up during a period stuck inside. If nothing else, because you can at least tell yourself it could be worse. I could be living with that hat-ridden ginger idiot. To be honest, I thought I would only be here for 2 or 3 weeks, but COVID continues and therefore so do I. And now here we are, 50 subscribers on. So once again, thank you to every single one of you who has subscribed. If you're watching and you haven't subscribed, click the button! It's good to my self-esteem, said my therapist. Or she would if she stopped ignoring my calls. Anyway, 50 years is your golden anniversary, which I guess means one of you has to be my golden subscriber. So I thought we would celebrate this milestone because A, it's a good excuse to do an extra video, and B, I'm probably never going to make it to 100. So, what I thought I would do to celebrate 50 subscribers is to tell you about 50 books I've read in the past that I therefore am not realistically going to do a full BookTube review on, but I wanted to share my opinions with you. So that we don't take too long on this, I'm going to try and review each of them in 10 seconds. Now, full disclosure, I have selected the 50, jumbled them up, don't really know what order they're going to come at me in. I haven't practiced this and I'm going to do it all in one take. Come hell or high water, the outcome is what I'm posting. So this could be an absolute car crash. Still beats another musical episode though. So without any further ado, let's go for it. The Children Act is about a 17-year-old boy. He needs a blood transfusion. His parents are Jehovah's Witnesses and won't allow it. The hospital are suing them, and it's all about the judge who has to make the decision. It's a great book. Lord of the Flies, excellent. All these kids on a desert island, and it's about whether they're savages or look after each other. Or hashtag long live Piggy. Cinder is brilliant. It is a sci-fi retelling of Cinderella. It's part of a series, The Lunar Chronicles. It brings in other fairy tale characters. It's like Shrek meets Star Trek. It's great. Never heard of him, looks rubbish. Pass. 10 Days is about the aftermath of a stabbing, a police killing from the perspective of the police and politicians and the communities who are rioting. It's absolutely brilliant. Revenge is written by Sharon Osbourne. It is a veiled story about Kylie and Danny Minogue. It's by Sharon Osbourne, for goodness sake. Dead Famous and Chart Throb are Ben Elton's satirical takes on Big Brother. There's a murder in the Big Brother house, can you believe? And X Factor. It's really dark, but it's pretty funny. Black, White, Red by Ted Dekker. So this guy is living in the real world where there's a viral pandemic. Would you believe it? When he falls asleep, he wakes up in a fantasy world with another crisis. He's got to solve that. Okay, a long way down, a bunch of people go to try and commit suicide, but they all stand up next to each other, so they decide to come back in a few months to find out if they still want to kill themselves. It's really nice. Rogue Nation is set after the Scottish independence referendum. Scotland is independent and it's about the absolute catastrophe that takes place in a big political conspiracy. 1984, we're living it. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, double speak, alternative facts. It's about 2020 basically. Girl on the Train, biggest disappointment in the history of books. It's supposed to be perfect for fans of Gone Girl. It's perfect for fans of Gone Girl. If Gone Girl fans want to read something 100-Year-Old Man Who Jumped Out the Window and Jumped Away is one of the best books in the world. It is so funny. It's about this guy who accidentally caused every major event of the 20th century and doesn't know about it, and he's also in a madcap caper. Game of Thrones is dragons, nudity, nude dragons, and it's unfinished, so some fans of the TV series might say that makes it better. Murder on the Orient Express is the first Agatha Christie book I ever read. It is brilliant. It's Hercule Poirot, and someone on the train did this guy in based on the Lindbergh kidnapping. 13 is a really, really creepy book. It's about a taxi driver who has been picking up someone from a house, and then all of a sudden he's told the address never existed, and it's a really weird conspiracy world. It's great. 3 has got a fantastic twist. It's about a serial killer telling someone to to confess their sins or he's going to blow stuff up, and it's great. I really enjoyed it. To Kill a Mockingbird, fantastic book. Fantastic book about race and stuff. It's good. Oh, that did no justice at all. First Discworld book is nuts. It's crazy, but you really need to get into the zone and enjoy the humour because it is really, really fun to read. I read Turning 30 when I turned 30. Hard to believe I'm over 30, but I am. Nothing really happens. It's just about this guy turning 30. It's about his friendship circle, and it's really, really nice. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People is one of the best books I would recommend if you want to organise your work life better. It tells you about how to deal with priorities, a mission statement for all of the bits of your life. It's great. House of Leaves is like a book you've never read before. The words contract when the house is claustrophobic and the house comes to life, and oh, I've run out of time. The rats, terrible. When it's interesting, it's about big massive killer rats, which is interesting, but all I remember is him going on about 70s pubic hair for 72 Virgins. Boris Johnson's book, I read it when he became Prime Minister. It is even more homophobic, sexist, misogynistic and racist than you'd expect. Don't read it. The Humans was recommended to me by a university lecturer. It's about an alien that comes to planet Earth and he masquerades as a human to learn about us, and it's really, really funny. More Than This by, what's his face, Thingamajig Ness, Patrick Ness. She drowns, she wakes up dead, or maybe she's not dead, she doesn't know if she's dead. Is this the afterlife or is it not? The Confession is about a guy, a black guy on death row, and he's been wrongly convicted and they're trying to appeal before he gets killed. It's actually really, really sad. Gone Girl, one of the best books in history. I love it. Gillian Flynn is an amazing writer, she's a genius, and Gone Girl is one of the best thrillers, period. Run for Your Life, first murder mystery I read, published in 1970. I read it in the 90s when I was in primary school, and it's a nice, friendly child murder mystery. Tony Blair's A Journey is one of the best political memoirs I've ever read. I tried to divorce what I think of the politician from their memoir, and he's really candid and it's really interesting, and it's been inside his head. The President is Missing, so Bill Clinton and James Patterson, I think James Patterson wrote the presidential bits and Bill Clinton wrote the thriller bits, because it's awful, so boring. Murders in the Rue Morgue, first ever murder mystery by Edgar Allan Poe. Such a disappointment. It was terrible. If that was the first murder mystery, I'm surprised anyone ever wrote another one. Death on the Nile, another Poirot, but one of my favourites. I can't wait for the film to come out. It's got a really good twist ending, really clever, classic Poirot, brilliant. You Were Gone is about a guy who buries his wife and then she seems to come back years later. He's convinced she's dead, she's convinced that she's not, but he saw her die of cancer, and the police get involved and it's really, really weird. Macbeth is my favourite Shakespeare. It's brilliant. Lady Macbeth, one of the best literary characters in history because you can interpret her in so many ways. It's great. Old Possum's Book of Practical Cats is a book I give to every single newborn baby that I come into contact with, because Roy Cropper from Coronation Street recommended it, so why wouldn't you? The Air Affair is really clever. It's about this kind of unit who makes sure fictional characters learn their lines and obey the laws of books. It's really good. The series tails off a bit. Decision Points by George W. Bush is one of the worst political memoirs I've ever read. It's really, really boring actually, and I don't know how you could be president during 9/11 and have a boring memoir. The Wave is about how Nazi and the right wing sort of managed to infiltrate a school. Really, really, it seemed like it would never happen in real life, and now it seems really tame that we've lived it. Noughts and Crosses, one of the first books that made me cry. It inverts race, where black people are dominant to white people, and it's about school kids, and it's really sad. And Then There Were None, again, absolute classic Agatha Christie. 10 people on a desert island, they're all dying, one of them does it. Who is it? The dog's coming in just to ruin the take. Maltese Falcon is a really great thingy noir, old noir. They're all trying to stick this statue and it's great. Devil's Advocate is one of the few ones where I'm going to say the film is better. The film is better. The book is really dull as well. Don't read it. You'll fall asleep. It's boring. Fourth Estate, one of the best Jeffrey Archer books, is based on Rupert Murdoch and what's his face dead guy, Max. Oh, I forget his name, but it's great. It's about the newspaper barons and their battles. The Accident Man is about the guy who killed Princess Diana on. It's a fictional account of the assassination of Princess Diana, and it's pretty good. Look Who's Back is as if Hitler came back to life after being cryogenically frozen. He's fuming and everyone thinks that he is satirical and laughs at him, which just gets him more annoying. A murder mystery during the Oscars sounds epic. It's actually about this woman running a hotel. It's really boring, but she's called Juliet, and I kept singing the song in my head. Juliet! 7 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. Every single time this guy, he's trying to solve a murder, and then he's in different people's bodies, and when he goes to sleep he wakes up in another suspect's body and he's got to try and learn it all again. Good News Bad News is by the guy that wrote Spooks. It's called MI5 in the States, but Spooks in the UK, about two spies who are recruited and they've got to kill each other, and the one that doesn't die joins MI5. Memoirs of Imaginary Friend is about an imaginary friend who's trying to solve the mystery of the child who imagines them. They disappeared, and again I had a wee sob, but not gonna lie. Hi Bailey. Reconstructing Amelia. Mother doesn't believe her daughter committed suicide. She thinks that she was pushed and didn't jump, and so she's got to figure out what was going on, and it's told from the mum's perspective and the daughter's. Oh my goodness, that was exhausting. Hello, are you impressed? Are you even in shot? I don't know if he's in shot. I'm talking to a dog and not to myself. I haven't flipped. That was 50 books, 10 seconds each. Have you read any of them? If so, tell me what you think. If you haven't, I probably did nothing to explain it or sell it to you whatsoever. But do check the ones out that I said were good. Don't bother checking out the ones that I said were bad. Thank you for being one of my loyal subscribers, or just someone who lurks creepily. Either way, see you in the next video. Bon voyage.